TimTraining.tv. My name is Margaret Carlton. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope y'all are having a lovely day. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So, we're going to be off for a bit, but until then, up the 22nd and 23rd, we're going to be doing a mini makeover with Nick Adventures. So Nick is basically taking people's files they sent in and, doing little miniature makeovers. We're not doing like a full file rebuild, but we are doing like fidgets to like UI and design and, performance if that comes up. Real quick, if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to give us an annual subscription bundle. This concludes 100 plus hours of video content. We cover a lot of topics in here. It's a very easy way to go from being someone who knows nothing about FileMaker to being an intermediate level engineer. We cover pretty much everything. And the videos are like 10 minutes long and heavily animated, and it's RC presenting. You know the man is entertaining if you've ever watched him. If you look at all this and go like, man, I like your streams and I like the video content, I don't necessarily want to do this FileMaker stuff myself, feel free to reach out to us at support@rcconsulting.com. We have a really wide variety of senior engineers who can tackle a huge variety of projects, problems, and topics for you if you give us a ring or an email in this particular case. So, Nick himself is a senior engineer, and you can hire him. Nick, do you want to share your screen and have at it?
Yes. What are we doing today? That's the question. So today we continue this mini series of rebuilding and to doing some makeover. And I'm switching file today, right? And I'm taking this one because this one has other interesting things that we need to, we need to tackle, right? So we have this one is more about what's the name? Our navigation is navigation and displaying information and like a workflow when you get in, when you get into the file. So here we have a lot of problems, right? A lot of problems. A lot of things that shouldn't be there, So first, the navigation, right? The best navigation ever is when you have none, right? So it's when you don't have to leave, or you don't have to go somewhere, right? If you have one, it needs to be extremely clear, extremely straightforward. Okay? You don't want confusing and misleading navigation. Don't get it wrong. It's the most difficult part ever in designing a solution. Look, any other application, even look Facebook, for example, how crazy it is, look, I don't know, Instagram or I don't know, whatever, it's impossible to navigate with this thing. You get lost and and because they wanted to do too much. Okay. And not only this, but they don't really care, right? And and if you get lost, they don't care. You will still use the application, right? And but you can mislead and you can build something very difficult to use very quickly. Okay, so let's start. This one has a main menu. It's okay. I like it. It's very 1990s style, right? To have a main menu like this. Huh? But it's okay, But if you have a main menu, okay, you don't want to mix. You don't want the main menu to be an action menu, right? Because this is what this do, It's not a main menu. You add a host owner. So when you, for example, when you click here, what you do? boom, you click here, but what about, and you create a new record. So the record is created, then you go to the main menu and you go there, and the main menu and you go there, and main menu and you go there, and you keep adding, empty records, right? Right. So you see the problem here. This is not good. This is not what you want to do. Main menu here, you need to be C auth, right? On C auth owner, right? C owner and C. So here we had add host owner, view schedule, which is okay, but why, like this, right? Find owner, but you need to know the name of the owner to find somebody, right? Or find host, you need to know the name of the host, right? Well, and this is the problem. A main menu shouldn't be this, right? It cannot be a find, or it cannot be an action. Don't do that. This is misleading, because find owner, yeah, but which owner? So you need to do cancel, and then you're there, and then you need to browse like this. So you don't have list views, okay? Then you can add a host from the owner. Okay, so add a host, right? But from where? So same as host address. Okay, so but host information so you see the problem here? I have no idea what's going on here. Obviously, I added a host to that owner. It's there, So when you click add a host, I added a host to that guy. See? But I had no clue, right? No clue that was the case. Okay? I didn't understand. Did you understand that when you click, how you know that this added a host to that guy? You have no clue. Because why main menu, add a host, and view schedule? Right? So that's another problem. Okay? Doesn't work. You need to get a hierarchy in your buttons, in your actions. Okay? So, see the problem. So here, if you want to go, you need to go to that and see. Okay, so this is useless. If I need to go there and go to owner information, this is useless. If I'm here and I add a host to that guy, how I know, right? View schedule of what? Of that guy, or the schedule, right? I mean, you understand? We have no clue, and then we back here. So I'm here, view schedule, and then what do I do? What? Main menu. Well, I was there, right? So obviously, that's a navigational problem. Okay. There's action problems, workflow problem, right? Visually difficult to read, all of this, okay? This, it's not right? It's 1990, 1985, we will have done something like this, okay? This is okay, but we don't do that anymore, right? Like this, with tabs like this, okay. So, but that's okay, you know? I mean, everybody is not designer, right? And you're here to learn. And this is a good case scenario because you see now we have different problems to tackle than the other file, right? I don't know if you remember the other file, and I'm going to bring it up because the other file, hold on a second, the SKAA, okay, okay, there, so admin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. So this file here, right? So we went to this, right? Remember? So that was a different, we had a different problem here, right? So we had a lot of we had a lot of things, right? And we want to rearrange it, right? So, and we came to this. So here we are going to get some of this and improve. Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. By doing this, I'm going to show you how to reuse. So when you have good objects, good components, is when you can reuse very easily, right? So that's what you need to do. You need to get objects like, widgets or components like we did, right? And make them easy to reuse. That's why, especially when you are a developer and you are building multiple files for multiple customers, keep the same, keep consistent, do the same thing to all your solutions. Don't try to be more like this for one and different for another. It won't help. It won't help. That's why I don't change my design very often, right? I change when I feel like the wind is changing, right? So far, this one, it's up to date. I noticed that the design lasts 10 years, right? This one is already 4 years old. Time flying, okay? So I know that we arrive a day, and the thing will get overnight, overnight, bath, a new trend, new ideas, new tastes, new ways, and then it feels like you need to go away, right? So you understand that here between the two, you can see not only it's a design problem, right? It's a design evolution, but it's also a generation evolution. You can see there's a difference, right? A very big difference. So you see here we have problems, okay? First problem we have is the navigation, right? Which to me here needs to be addressed in another way. It's simple, right? So I'm not going to go crazy with a hamburger menu. No, that will come later, okay? But on this file, we're going to stay simple, okay? So this main menu stuff is totally, completely unnecessary. Why? Because the file is too simple, right? This is not necessary. And I'm going to show you why, okay? So I'm going to skip this main menu, And I'm going to show you how we avoid the navigation, like when you hear, right, and you go schedule, main menu, and then you need to go back where you were, okay? How to avoid this. So, and there's good ways, that's a nice way to do that. So let's start with the beginning. We have owners and hosts. So in your opinion, what is the egg and what is the chicken? Host, owner, host. In that case, the owner is on top of the food chain. Okay? In that case, it's not the host. Okay? You cannot, because a host more likely cannot have multiple owner. I know it could, but it's unlikely to be the case, right? But a owner can have multiple hosts, and this is the case here. Okay, we have owners and we have hosts, and here we have host information. I don't see any owner lists, right? So now you understand that the main menu is not necessary. When you land there, you land in your owners, right? So let's build this, okay? We have time, so we have 2 days now, but then after the break, we're going to continue that file. That file is very interesting. You're going to learn a lot, okay? So first, we're going to move many of those things here. We're going to move them over there, okay? So first, what we need to move, right, is first, let me change my glasses, because I have glasses made with AI. Can you imagine? When I was in Colombia over there, they had a AI kind of a machine, right? And they were scanning my eyes, and I had to move my head and move my eyes and follow. I had a goggle, like a Apple goggle, and I needed to move my eyes and move my head and stuff. And they built me like a glasses to work, and it's well. So anyway, we're going to move this. So we open this, and we are going to move the theme that I'm using here. So we go here, we go to manage themes, Morphis, and you're going to copy it. Okay. Then we go here, manage themes, and we're going to paste. Okay. So now my theme is there. Right? So that's done. Now we're going to create a new layout, right? So we're going to create a new folder and call it new or Morphis. Okay. Okay. So, and we're going to create a new layout, right? And based on the table owner, okay, it's a form, and we are going to call it, right, L001, right? Because name is important. We're going to stop looking for names, right? And this is owners, okay, data entry, okay? It's a data entry. So, and of course, we're going to make it this with Morphus. Boom. Okay. So here I'm going to mimic this one because we need the top navigation like this. We need this 55. That's enough. I typically do 55, right? And the top body, it's 750, or in that case, it's 49, which is okay, right? And the width, we can do like this for the moment, right? So we have the same as this one, okay? So this file, right? So we are going to copy this, right? And I'm going to paste it there. But I want to, if I copy this and paste it here, it goes there. I don't want that. I want to be positioned exactly like it is now here, I want it to be positioned to these coordinates, 18, 13, left top. I want 18, 13 directly to copy paste. So you copy this, right? Here you are in layout mode. You go browse mode, layout mode, paste. Okay? So to do it again. You're in layout mode, you copy this, and then you go browse mode, layout mode, and paste. It goes straight where it was, 1813, 1813. And that for every single object. If I do this, if I paste it here, it's there, right? But if I copy this and I say browse, layout, paste, it's exactly like it should be, 295.73, 295.73, right? Can be multiple objects. If I want all of these, copy, browse, layout, paste, right? So now we know. So I want to repeat. So this is the name of the file is champion. So what should be the name of this? Champion. Okay, that's the name of the, but here the layout, right, is owner information. Okay? Owner info in capital letter, right? I didn't put it here because this name was so big, right? And you can even force it to be in capital letters. You can go style and say, you go style and you say uppercase. So even if you type it small, it comes like this. If you say plain, go like this. But you can force it to be always capital, okay? And then bold. And then here, you add something, but we'll put that later. For now, we have its owner info, okay? Here. Then we add those objects, so we can select this and this. See? Go there, you select this and this. First, before to break this, because I know, I need a field because otherwise I'm going to break this calc, okay? So I want the field here. I need the field. Because here I have, I have these sort state fields, sort states, right? I need that field. But it is built in a way, sort state. It is built in a way that I can copy it from this file and paste it here, and is not broken. Okay? So now that I have the field there, I can copy this and then paste. Browse, layout, boom. Okay. Yeah. It didn't work there because it's too small. Okay. Let's do it again. Why? Okay. Browse. I don't know why. Because I have no idea why. Okay, never mind. Might be a reason to make me lie. Okay. So, oh yeah, I need that object too. Okay. Yeah, here it worked, but I don't know. Paste, send to back. Okay, so I have my objects. This works now by unsorted. That's the sort state, right? So it works with the copy paste of the field. Everything works. This works. Everything works. Okay. So just copy paste. Now you see this here. We are going to repurpose these fields. Okay. With the information from that file. Okay. So what do we need here? Right? Here we need a status. Okay. So we're going to put here the status, which the name is cust status. Also, the names, why cust status? Why? You can put status, and here it said equal active. Okay, so if what you want, right, is to be by default active, here they put a calculation active. That means I can't even change it if I want. I can't even change the status, because it is a calc. A calc cannot be changed, right? So what a point, right? So I think what they want to do, they want a default status to be active. My favorite way, you have two ways to do that. The default, first you change to text, and then you go there and you say data active. So what that means? That means every time you create a new record, this come active. And of course you can change it. But when you create a new record, it come active, right? That's the first. But that's a catch. If you blank it, it's empty. Right? What I do like is to say, instead of saying this, is to say, if is empty self, that means if the field is empty, put this. Otherwise, put self. That means if the field if the field itself is empty, that means new, or empty, put active. Otherwise, put anything I type. Demonstration. I create a new active. I can type whatever I want. It doesn't insult me like, oh, you can modify. And if I blank it, it becomes active. Because if is empty self, when it's new, by definition is empty, and ergo it put active, right? I can put whatever I want, or if I blank it, it comes active. It comes the default. This technique is the best to do what? To do that, right? Way better than this, right? Pretty much everything. This here, the serial number is the only, this is the only one I still use in this here, right? So this, sometimes this it can be valuable, right? This is a nightmare to use this, but everything here, getting old. Validation, you can don't touch anything in there. We had a webinar about this, but anyway, so this is the best way to do the status. Okay, so we have the status. So now the status is there. It will come here when I need to put this into the current table. And now there. So you say it's active, right? And it became green automatically. Why? Because by default, I always do this. Conditional formatting, active, inactive. That my defaults on every single project of mine. I have an active, inactive state. I can add others, but I have at least an active, inactive state. So let's continue. Here I have an owner ID, right? A status, phone number, alternate number, websites, okay? So owner ID, here, owner ID. I put that here in this one, right? And here I remove the placeholder because this will always come with something, That's what he wants. He wants to see with a random string. This is a custom function of his. It's okay. You want a random based on those, obviously, right? Random strings. So let's see what that does. Okay. If number, middle, text. Okay, yeah. This what is. Yeah. Okay, that's a C with a random number. Which okay. I have no idea why they did that, but they wanted to create a UUID only based on 6 numbers. That's what they want to do. I guess, I guess I would have done that differently, but because to me it's complicated and it doesn't help because it's not sequential, right? So let's see another alternative, right? To do like our ascending 6 number, right? The 6 number. Okay. Using FileMaker itself, So I would not have used this as an owner ID like like a parent key. I would have done that, to use that as a parent key. This is a mistake, right? So let's fix that. I would have done an owner number, right? Another number. Text. And that it can be even a number, but let's do text. And then I will have say serial number, right? C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Increment 1. So what this do? You know what I mean? Because they want a C and 6, a random 6, right? So instead of this, right, on a number, so let's ignore all this. New record, new, and then 10, see, but it's still, we stay, see, we stay in the 60, 70, 70, we stay in 6 number, right? 6, right? So you need to have like, a million record to get over this, okay? Which will be the same on their stuff. Because at one point, right, you get the same number. So this is the best way. You have a number, right, and the letters they want. And it's incremental. And yes, it does sort the right way. It doesn't do 1, 10, 11. It doesn't. Why? Because there's zeros before. And that breaks the problem of the number, of sorting like 1, 10, 11, 12, and then 2, 20, 21, 22, 3, 30, 30, when you sort with a field that is a text. So I would have done this. I would have put the owner ID. I will get rid of this and put what it should be, a UUID, right? Like it should be. I would have renamed that because, like it should be, double underscore ID owner, always on top, that the main key, right? Parent key. And this is the foreign key for horse, which I don't understand why it's there, right? And they want to do something here, but I know what I can do here, right? I can do this. Link horse IDs. And we will deal with this later, but I know what I will do. So we fix many issues, like put a number like this as a parent key, it's a huge mistake. Don't use a product, customer, person, contact, account identifier as a parent key. That is an identifier, owner number, okay? That identifier. is you want to share, you say, hey, can you check this order number C00002, right? So you send an email, say, hey, can you check this one, right? So that owner identifier is not ID. The ID must be UUID, and don't use this. So now we have this, okay? So we fix this. Now we can continue. Here we have first name, last name, right? Well, do we have a full name? We have a name last, name first, name full, full owner full. Okay, we have one. We have a big problem. Remember? So where's the problem? Here's the problem. So they try their best, but here's the mistake. So let's say I have Nick, right? I don't even have the last name, and I have a space, right? And Hunter. Okay, Hunter, Nick. I understand. That's good. I do that always. But whatever, I don't have first name. Hunter, comma. Right? So that's not good. Doesn't work. If I have Hunter, I don't want the comma. Neither I want the space. If I have only Nick, I want Nick. If I have only Hunter, I want only Hunter. And I want this configuration only if I have both. How to do that? We'll get rid of this, and we use my old good substitutes. Substitute the list of last and first, and we substitute the carrier return with comma space. Same. No harder. Nothing. Harder. Right? Nick. That works. So I want no need to have this name like underscore. No need. This is full name. Full name reversed. And I want his big brother, which is this one, but no comma, right? So I want this. This is full name reversed, and this is full name, right? If I have no Nick, boom. No space, no extra crap, right? If I have no Hunter, no extra space, no extra crap, right? So I want both. In list, the reverse is the best to have, right? So let's delete all of those. Okay. And let's see. So this is the best way to put names, right? You do last name, first name. in list view, right? So I need to populate those IDs here, right? So how to populate IDs here? So you put this, the number, the number, yeah. You get to the first, right? And you reset, because I did some, right? You reset this and you put 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, okay? And here you say replace, like this, right? Click here, record, replace, serial number, this, increment and update serial number in entry option, okay? So you replace this, proof. So it did the job, and now here, this start with 17 because we have 16. So the next one will be 17. So he updated the next value of the serial number option. Okay? So now here, what do we put here? So what could be interesting to have? Well, first thing to have interesting is phone number. Okay? Do we have, maybe we can put the facility and the phone number. Do we have phone here? What's the name of the phone? Oh, it's a related table. So it's an owner address, okay? Okay, I cannot put related table here. Too slow. You cannot put anything related here. It is prohibited, period. There's nothing you can do. You can't do that. Sorry. You can't. So why did they put that in an address table? I have no idea. Especially that I don't see, maybe because they want to do this same as owner address. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I have a way. Right? Correct? I want this, let's say the phone number. I want the phone number to be in this table. Well, very simple. It cannot be a calc, okay? I mean, it could be a calc, but the problem is this with the calc. So it's a good opportunity to make some early statement. Marge, are you there?
I am here, yes.
Yeah. Can you write on the list of on the to-do on the webinar in the future?
Yes.
Calc types, like auto entry versus calculation.
Got it.
Yeah, I have updates about this, and I want to be clear about it. So I'm very clear, and I have a new updates based on new findings. Yeah, it's possible. And since I had a huge discussion with ChatGPT and I won it, right? I won the argument because I was right. So, and that's good. When you win an argument with AI and you're right, You feel good. So, so it cannot be a calc for what reason? So what I want a phone number. Oops. I want a phone number here to be local. I want the phone number that comes, right? But it cannot be this, it cannot be this. Because I want to be able to update that records, right? So what the difference? So also, Marge writes another webinar idea like calc versus relookup.
Okay.
Like this,
Mm-hmm.
When to use both. This I don't like. Why? You can't, if I have, let's say, 16 records, and you want to update a field based on a relookup, you need to use this relookup field contents. Inconvenience. The relookup field content command applies to a font set. It will do all the font sets. So you need to omit that record, go to that record, and then do the relookup. But you lose your font set. Bad idea. Not working. Not good. And it's slow. And it's old school. And it's not good. It's not NIC standard, right? So what you need to do, you need a remote control where you can update that field on that record, okay? So we need a remote control. I call that a trigger, which is last modification. This is the name. And it's a timestamps, okay? So now I have this field. Now the explanation why I cannot do a calculation. I could have done a calculation, right? And say, okay, I want my calc to be indexed, right? Or minimal, right? Okay, no problem. And then you go there and you say, okay, I want to go to owner, address, and I want the phone number. And then you validate this calculation, and and boom, without any warning, like sneaky way, right? Sneaky. Look what he said. What did you see here? Where I have the arrow. Sneaky way. Did you see any warning? Let's do it again. Remove this. I go there and I say minimal indexing, which would have been okay. I can put a calculation indexed in a list view. I can do that. So you say, oh, you feel so confident, so proud of yourself. Say, oh yeah, Nick Hunter is an idiot. I'm so, and you go to a related records a related table, and you go the phone number, you take the phone number, and then you click OK and say, ha ha ha, ha, this Nick Hunter stupid guy, right? And then you click OK, and then you put your phone number here, right? Proud of yourself, right? Yeah, phone number, local, and now everything will be so freaking slow, right? Everything will be so freaking slow. And why this? So why this? They put a phone number into a facility. Okay. So why this? Because in a sneaky way, because you have put a related field in a calc, there's no way you can have an indexed field. No way. Is do not store calculation result, recalculates when needed. That means slow, unstored. And he put that in a sneaky way. They didn't tell you anything. Right? Did you see any warning? Do it again. Remove this. I put this like this, minimal. Everything okay, right? Indexed, right? Right? Indexed. Okay, so now I put a related field inside this, and boom, like nothing happened, right? He said index, right? Look this. Oh, you say, oh yeah, I win. Oh, really? Go there, go back. He says still say index, but it's not true. It cannot be. See, it's not true. He say index, but it's a lie. It's a lie. Look, it's a lie. We go storage. He said do not store. It's a lie. And now he said unstored. They have a problem here. And I see that since FileMaker 1.0 is still the same problem, right? So you can do that. So how I can get a calc with a related table, then I can get updated when I need. Well, you put that a text field with an auto entry calculation. And then you say, the trigger field is this, and you want this. So that means, and you remove the do not replace existing value, because otherwise, if you update the phone number, it will never get updated. Okay. Well, so now look at this. And then we go to the question. Here I put my phone number, which is a related field. Okay? It's related. And I put my trigger field. And I put my local phone number. This is related. And this is local. Okay? So I have no phone number here. So let's put one, two, like 408, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's there in the related. But I want this here, right? And it couldn't be an unstock calculation, because otherwise this list will be so freaking slow So I put a timestamp here and update it. Now, if I change this phone number, I update this, boom, got it? So each time you modify that field, right, you need to modify the last modification. That's why I'm saying I'm calling that last modification. So in order to have this list like this, right? So first, so here there's no phone number, pretty much empty, right? All of them, they're all empty. So let's put phone number in all of them, right? Let's put a 209 like this, and let's put like a 48. Let's put a 410. This is all the Bay Area phone numbers, Yeah, I lived 20 years there, so 48, 888, like this. So I put some phone number here, right? Or like another 209. Right? And another one here, right? 48, 123, 1233, right? Okay, so I have phone numbers, okay? And I want to update them all, right? So let's, I want to update them all. So you go there and you say, replace field content with a calculation, and you say get timestamp, right? And you say replace. Oh, that updated all of them. Okay. So here they put their facility as the phone number, but no. Right? No facility. See? So my list now looks good here. Okay, this one is annoying me because they put in the facility names, in host facility, they put a phone number. So they put the same as this one, right? Let's say Equine of Santa Clara. Okay. Okay. No, because it was confusing people. No facilities, okay. I can put the same as this one of, okay. Right? Okay. So before we continue on this, so you understand now that the calculation, I will have a webinar like 2 or 3 days on this to clarify all of those problems, right? Because I stayed, because ChatGPT was telling me something is right, but no, right? It could have been right, but in practice is not right? So that's why I won the argument, and he admitted. So, do we have any questions?
We have quite a few, actually.
Okay, cool.
The first load screen has a confidentiality disclaimer. That should probably still load first, question mark.
This first screen, this one?
Yes.
You can have this differently, and I will tackle that tomorrow. Okay, like to have a welcome disclaimer, right? If you want this to be seen at every single level, every single time you get in, there's other ways to do that, and I will show that tomorrow. So please remind me tomorrow, so I can I can say here demonstrate disclaimer. Okay. Okay, so I would put that. Yeah, I see I will put that red. So demonstrate. Oop. Okay, disclaimer. Okay, so I will show you that tomorrow. So
Next question. Shouldn't
yes,
the owner ID be a number or text instead of a calculation?
this on a number. This could be a
Yeah, the
calculation.
idea. Yeah, it's a
The
calculation.
idea. This can be, okay, it can be a calc. This is where ChatGPT won their arguments. I'm using most of the time, I'm using, or what's the name? Auto entry calculation, but something good here. There's a benefit here. When you create a new table, ah, hmm. FileMaker come with a primary key, with a prohibit modification of value during a data entry. It's an auto entry with the get your UID, not empty, unique value. They numeric only. They put a lot of crap. Okay. And it's annoying. Well, the big advantage of getting this as a calculation is that you get everything for free. Okay. Hold on. Oh, it's a number. Yeah, let's put that in text. Okay. Well, not prohibit modification. It's a calc. You can't modify it. If you select this and you type, boom, you can't modify it, right? So prohibit modification, right? Not empty. If I delete it, it said you can delete it. This action cannot be performed. You can modify it, so you can delete it. And so UUID is unique by definition. So I don't understand why FileMaker came with all this piece of crap, prohibit modification value during that entry. I don't. And this is not empty by definition. I cannot empty it, and it's unique value because it's our auto entry calculation. It's a calculation. It's a get UUID function. Right? So you get all of this for free because it's a calc and it's indexed, which what I want, right? So I changed my mind on this one, but definitely not on this one. See, that's why we need to have a discussion about this. We need to have a conversation about those auto entry versus calculation, when, where, okay, and calculation versus or relookup, when, where, right? And I have a bunch of good example to show you this, right? So that's why I want to have a webinar event on this. So next one.
The next question is, for the sort state, do we need a field or can this be replaced with a layout calculation?
It cannot be off. Yeah, it could be, yeah, it could be a layout calculation. Like I could have done something like this, to have like something like this, right? To rebuild this as a layout calc, right? Like this. So if I want to rebuild this as a layout calc, I cannot use this, right? I need to use the appropriate function, right? Which is get, yes, because those are gets. They are, active record number, right? And I want the space / space, this one, and get found counts. Sorry. Okay. And space found. Okay. And after that, so I have this, let me see. Yeah, after that, I have the parenthesis stuff, right? So then we continue the calc. So I need the parenthesis. So space parenthesis, that can be part of that string, right? And then n% gets total record counts and the word total, okay, total with the closing parenthesis, right? Actually, you can see with MBS, right? You can see the results of this. So we're good so far, right? One found, total, and this piece of calc with space here, right? So here we have a new calculation. It's good. I mean, I like it, right? I like it. It's okay, So I can do this, right? Put it here, make it like this, get rid of this, and get rid of this because I don't care about the, to have so. Ta-da! You have it. See? So yeah, you get a better one. You get a better. Oh, by the way, here it's not a space, right? It's a carriage return. Okay, so you can add a carriage return here. I would prefer, for a better understanding, to put like this. It's more visible. Okay, it's like this. So yeah, definitely, we rebuild the whole thing, right? Actually, no, this is on front. It's yeah, okay, one pixel up. Yeah. So yeah, so see, then we don't have the sorts. You don't need the. It's better. I mean, I never thought about updating it because I do that from so good. It's good, So now I'm going to do that definitely. Other question?
Not at the moment. So I think we're probably
Okay.
good to wrap up then.
Yeah. So I'm going to send you to the file tomorrow. Then we have more things, right? But tomorrow we continue on this. So we're going to arrange the navigate. We're talking about navigation tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And workflow and stuff. But we're going to stay some time here because there's plenty of good stuff to put here, and so
Yes.
it will
No.
be nice. It will be interesting to build.
Okay, cool. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so See you tomorrow. Don't forget to send me the time, then I can send to
Yes,
your mom.
I will do that. All right. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone, for coming. Thank you, Nick,
Thank
for.
you. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No.